It's a nice evening, a little humid. Tonight I thought I would take the opportunity to go through some of the stuff that I have acquired in the last several months to help me be equipped for my camping over the summer that I've used and gearing up into the fall season where it's really fun to camp. I was asked to keep going over my equipment as it comes in, so I have a canopy and happened across this 10-foot 10. It will replace the canopy should something happen, and nothing has happened to my canopy so far, but it's nice to have this as a backup for $4.49. This was purchased at a Goodwill. This next thing, people might question my sanity on this one, but I was at an auction and these little tables came up. It opens up and it needs a little elbow grease, but I bought 3 of those. They were great campsite tables outside. They have a mesh and they were nice and sturdy, and a little elbow grease and a fresh coat of paint would be great for right here beside my chair. Now, this one came from a garage sale. It has tote handles. It has a side zipper that opens up to an insulated bag. So I have used that. It wasn't wonderful for keeping my stuff cool, but I did discover it was a nice height, and I have a tray that fits nicely on it. So that was a garage sale, a couple bucks. This one also might make some people chuckle. This is a tent toilet, we'll say. I have some wood chips to put in there, and in case of an emergency, it'll do the trick. This is free from a friend, so I don't need a $20 toilet in my tent or my car if I'm car camping. Another thing that was free, when my mom was in skilled care, these came to the nurse's station. They got them almost every day. Now, we have discovered that if you cut open a Knorr side dishes, they are foil lined. You can put water in them, the hot water, but they get cold before the stuff gets thoroughly rehydrated and the noodles or rice soften. So if you put them in here, close this, seal it. I have some nice clamps that I got from Harbor Freight. Let it sit for 10 minutes. This is enough insulation to keep that hot for just that few more minutes. Free. So, my birthday is in late spring, and so my brother found this in the clearance and he bought it for me. This was in the clearance because it was not sold over Christmas, and so it was over half off. Now, this is a 12-volt travel blanket. It has the 12-volt adapter that will fit in my Bluetti and keep me warm in a cold tent. Great gift, and I really like it that he bought it half off. Some other things that I purchased. This was at the grocery store, $1.40. It says no ice is needed. I haven't used it, but I plan on putting some meat in it to keep it cold and separated from the other things. It says that it will keep it extra cold. So, you know, the price is right. Speaking of the grocery store decided not to carry these Coleman all-purpose propane tanks. I got this for $2. It's full. I wish they would have had more. I would have taken them all. But yeah, they discontinued them. So it's a thing that you get to have a few years on you, and you have an eye that's trained for bargain shopping, and all these little reduced tickets will jump out at you. This is also the grocery store. It was the end of the season, and their seasonal stuff was being marked down. Now, this says it was normally $7.99. I paid $2.80 for it. Now, occasionally, I'll shake it up to keep it good until next spring. But $2.80. You know, I go to garage sales and thrift stores and auctions, so I keep up on things. Let's see. This was purchased at an estate sale. It's a inflatable pillow. I like to have a little extra one. They ended up selling me this for 50 cents. I also keep those in my suitcases for when I travel. You can't have enough of these. This lighter was 99 cents. You can't get things at the Dollar Tree anymore. Dollar Tree is over $1 now. So this was on the clearance at the home store, and they had the whole display of them, so I got 6 of them, 37 cents a piece. Like I said, you have to train your eye for those markdowns. This was purchased at a Goodwill. It is a telescoping extendable fork. $2.49. You can see that it goes out. I will be using that. I just got this. This might also make people raise an eyebrow, but to me, this is a necessity. $1.25 for this. It's a whistle. I keep whistles in my gear. You can't be too careful. And I also Googled that in Ohio, if I would see a lynx, because we don't have bear or cougars, but it would scare off a lynx or a raccoon in my gear, besides the 2-legged threads. I thought about making a sit-upon, which is an old Girl Scout trick, to sit on a log without getting your shorts damp or dirty. But I saw this in the garden center at my store. This was $1.50. It also will help when I'm car camping, because my seat, when it lays down, is not flat, and there's about this much of a drop off when it lays down. So this will support my hips and lower back. This might make all the difference in the world for entertainment some night. A battery operated, and I've been wanting one of these, pocket radio. I can put this with me. It has an earphone jack, or I can listen to it. I won't listen to it on the trail without an earphone jack, because I don't want to hear anybody else's music. And I definitely don't want to make somebody else listen to mine. But I like to fall asleep to noise, and I very happily will listen to some talk radio on this in the tent. I've been asking a friend, keep an eye out for one of these. 3 years. That's just the thing. When you are doing this, getting things and acquiring your gear on a budget, you have to play the long game when you're frugal. I keep in mind a list of things that I'd really like to find, and cross my fingers when I step up to an estate sale or an auction or go into a thrift store. I never know what I'm going to find. This came from a garage sale, and I very happily picked this up. This, I Googled it, and it said, you have quite a find. This is a vintage campfire pie maker. And when my brother, who camps a lot and always has, he borrowed and did not return my last one, saw this one, he says, ooh, that's one of the good ones. He says, this is one of the ones from the 50s or the 60s that are nice and solid. I paid $1 for it. I love that price, $1. What can you get for $1 anymore? In fact, I didn't get this tripod stool. Now this, to me, I have a friend who lives in her van, and she said when she goes out in the van, she puts this in between her workstation. She's got a kitchen workstation on one side of her minivan and her sleeping situation with her storage bins under it on the other. So she likes her little camping tripod. I just thought I would use it at a fire to play in the fire and poke around. This last thing, I just got it yesterday. I went to an estate sale, and as I walked up, I saw this, and I asked the fellow that was in the garage what the deal with this is. I said, is this a bag of tarps? And he said, no, it's a tent. It is, you can see. I thought it was just vinyl tarps, which for ground cover for a tent, I'm happy with. But he said, no, it's a tent. And I looked down, way down deep in the bottom of it. It does say it's a tent. I can't see the size on it. I haven't had it out of the bag. And I said, but it bends. Where are the poles? And I said, even at that, I can use it to cover my tent, to give it an extra fly in the rain. And the lady who was with him running the sale came around the corner and she said, these are the tent stakes, a whole bag of the poles. And in the bottom of that bag is the instructions. And he says, will you give me $1 for it? That is the magic word to me, $1. So I haven't had it out of the bag because it's thunderstormed all day today. We're in between storms, so I will probably make a video so that you can laugh at me experimenting on how to put this thing up with one person. That's a lot of the times the trick for me. I have to be able to do it with one person. The dog is no good in a situation like this. So I also discovered that I will have to make another video because I acquired several fans and several little lights over the summer. Apparently I have a thing for lights and fans. So I'll get those out for another video on another day. But I hope you had fun going through my gadgets and my gear that I got on a budget. Never know what I'm going to find, but I have a lot of fun looking. So thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed it.